percent full. Well, that doesn't make any damn sense. Listen to me, Mr. Voicemail. I think you're full of something I'd like to call poop. You're full of it. You're full of it. Hey, Mr. Voicemail, you're filled with something I'd like to call poop. Talking to my voicemail, ladies and gentlemen, you know what I'm saying to it? I think you're full of poop. Nothing wrong with that kind of talk, by the way. It's natural talk. As Klaus Schmidt, the great German beast, would say, the funky Klaus, if you will, he'd go, it's nature. It's life. Words to live by, I think. It's nature. It's life. It's nature. It's life. I'm going to share this with some special people. Sharing it with special people. Hither and yon. In the Gristle Kingdom, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to save it. Or we're going to share it. In the Gristle Kingdom. We're also going to share this to another page called The Skedoodly Doo, the Koch Marshall Trio. Has everyone subscribed to the Koch Marshall Trio on Spotify and Greg Koch on Spotify? It's important, ladies and gentlemen. I'm supposed to remind people. I'm supposed to remind you when you're there on the inner Google to subscribe. Subscribe. Wow, good song. It's called I'm Supposed to Remind You to Subscribe. Sunny Friday in Broomfield. You know, Shane, it's a little cloudy here behind the cheddar curtains, but it's warm. It's in the 80s. And we need some rain around here. We're on near drought conditions. Near drought. The ground is saying, I need some of that sweet succulent sky water. Bring it. Bring forth the sky water and let it fall down. can you dig it, can you dig it, can you pick it, lick it, roll it, thick it? That's an old new song. That's an old new song, ladies and gentlemen. Switched it to A for the end there, doggone it. I switched it to the end there. Folks, this is my HD28V. It's actually what's called a Custom 15 back in the day, but for all intents and purposes, it's an HD28V. I bought this guitar back in 1996 or 95, somewhere back then, and I've got this doggone Fishman Rare Earth mic blend pickup, and it sounds damn good. And I am going through an Aura Spectrum or Spectrum Aura preamp, but I don't have any of the Aura effect on. I'm just using the preamp part of it, boosting the signal and going into the front of the loud box, but I'm going direct out of the out of the, this doggone thing. Can we see it? I'm sorry, I can't see that. There we go. So this rascal right here, Fancy Foot, is indicating what that is. And I'm going out of that, and I'm also miking the front of the Fishman Loudbox Performer, and that's what you're hearing at present. Of course, the able powers of Ryan behind the tone consoles from afar. And yeah. Are they moving the stuff out of Nubby's house still? Jay, they are turning Nubby's house into a palace and have done so for like the last 9 months, maybe even longer. They've been working on they raised the home, they redid the foundation. They're doing majestic things to that home. It's not done yet. They got a long way to go. It's crazy. Fancy Foot has returned. Nubby, of course, of the Nubby the Hoarder Man song from the new CD, Koch Marshall Trio, from the Up Now. Can you dig it? It's a Friday, high day, ladies and germs. It's a Friday, high day, ladies and germs. It's a Friday, high day, ladies and germs. That was amazing. Well, thank you very much. I appreciate that. Doggone it. Mark in the UK, greetings from London. Greetings to you, my friend. Tosa Turquoise has been deployed. You are correct. Tosa Turquoise. Tosa Turquoise. was something. We did something there. It felt good. And if it feels good, you got to do it. This is the Reverend Gristle 90 in Tosa Turquoise, which is the color that will be finally available in September, I believe. The September shipment that comes will be Tosa Turquoise, as opposed to this sexy morsel, which was the Bradford Beach Blue. Scooby-Dam-Doo. Scooby-Dam-Doo. What's up with the electric llama? This is the Dala or Delay Llama, the branding, if you will, of my buddies in Greece. The Jam Pedals folks have a pedal called the Delay Llama, and this is said llama emblazoned on my breast. Emblazoned on my breast, you see a mighty llama, resplendent in electrical activity. How are you? Resplendent in electric activity. How are you? Remember to feel it. Remember to feel it, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know what that means, but it just seemed to roll off the tongue. Remember, folks, to feel it. It's important to engage the feels whenever you can. Engage the feels. And that's not dirty. We're not talking about dirty stuff here, folks. We're talking about wholesome feelings. Diggity doggone it. Do some waka waka. Ooh, I like that kind of talk, Joe. We got some waka waka going down. What happens with the B50 with the signature Reverend Soft Spring? Oh, it sounds good. The field of feels, that's exactly correct. had a brain fart there. I had to remember my own damn song. I had to remember my old damn song. That's kind of a Who-oriented song, isn't it? We'll have to record that one for the next record. First track on From the Upna is, of course... What the hell? Yes. Yes, indeed. That's the Luna Girl. I've had a few requests for some jams out there from the old catalog. I remember some of these songs. a real child of the corn. Did my best to get rid, only ended up torn. When I'm torn, 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 torn. When I'm torn, 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 torn. Forgiving me with kindness since the day I was born. Some call me spoiled man. I'm just torn. Well, I'm torn, 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 torn. Well, I'm torn, 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 torn. I'm torn, 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 torn. I'm torn, torn, torn. Ooh, diggity doggone it. Diggity doggone it. Diggity dog, diggity dog, diggity doggone it. That's a song off Radio Free Gristle called Torn. Torn, 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 torn. Can you dig it? Yes, thank you. Well, all right. A little slower than usual, but I felt good at that tempo. Kind of sludgy. It felt kind of sludgy there, is what it did. Folks, I'm using my Fishman, my new Fishman signature set of P90s on this brand new Reverend Gristle 90 guitar, which comes stock with these rascals, which is good for you. What was it that was making that Jeff Pex in a little while ago? I was just I was just had a little bit of delay on there and just doing the Mr. Wiggles. Mr. Wiggles is what I was doing. Mr. Wiggles, what I was doing. Yeah, it's Mr. Wiggles is what I was doing. Let me grab a Mr. Toonies. How's it going out there, y'all? Y'all right? Are you doing all right? Are you doing all right out there in movie land? In movie land. Yes, folks. It feels so right on this Friday. We're doing well today, thank you. I'm sorry, I'm trying to read this one question here. Finding the Wiggles sweet spot. Yes, always. Yes. Show us some of those chords. That were what in that tune? That is quite a rascally riff, isn't it? It's a rascally riff. Ski on for the kid. Whoa! They do F13, G13. So let's go. Choruses. It goes from you can say that F9 over C, or you can call it a C minor 6/9, depending on how you like to say it, to a B minor 7 with a raised fifth, and then F9 to a E7 sharp 9. It sounds dirty that way. It sounds dirty that way for the kid. It sounded like when you pull up on the whammy, but it's bar, but it's a pedal. Oh. And there's this pedal that goes. Well, she's gone. I don't worry, 'cause I'm sitting on top of the world. Oh, that summer I worked on this farm, had to take Christmas in my own. She's gone. I don't worry, 'cause I'm sitting on top of the world. Going down to the freight yard, catch the fastest train I see. Gonna leave this town. What's got down too hard, but she's gone. I don't worry, 'cause I'm sitting on top of the world. creamy jam. So we did a little cream-esque version of Sitting on Top of the World there for you. Of course, without a bass player. But you know what? We can work around that. Those are things we can work around here in Orange Room. Frank Peters asks, any idea when the Fluence 90s are going to be available for consumption? June 25th, I think, right? Ryan's gonna type in the answer to our questions. I don't know how much money they're gonna cost. I don't know. That I don't know. I don't know. That I don't know. But did it? Yes. Oh yes, Jay wants a little bit of that doggone. Of course, we just did a blues. Jay, we'll do it next time for you. We'll do the Love Contractor next time. The Love Contractor. You know what's interesting, Jay, is that I found some live stuff. So there's a record I did years ago called Live on the Radio. It was called Greg Koch and Other Bad Men Live on the Radio. And had a bunch of different people. Malford Milligan singing on there. Roscoe Beck was on bass. 3 different drummers. Johnny Clarko. We had Tom Breckline. We had Brendan Temple. Anywho, and that record came out 2009, I believe. Maybe no, 2006. I don't know. Back then, in the aughts. And basically what happened was I'd bring those different guys into town and we'd do gigs and we'd go on this radio station locally, WMSE, and we would play on there to promote the gigs we were doing. And a lot of times we had no chance to rehearse, so we would just kind of pull tunes out going, hey, let's try this one. And so a lot of that stuff is that. So that record came out years ago and I'm re-releasing it. So that's going to be up any day now, back online. And you might have noticed that I've been re-releasing a bunch of my old catalog. It's all under my roof now, if you will, which is nice. And so that's another record that's coming out. The Nation Sack record I did with Malford Milligan, that one's going to be released. The first Tone Controls record, which was a very popular one back in the day, that's coming out. And also a record called Great Koch Trio from the Attic. But I found a bunch of other stuff. I was talking to Billy Cicerelli from WMSC, and there's a bunch of other appearances that we did in various different incarnations on WMSC. So I am in the process of compiling another live on the radio record, of which there's a session with Tom Good on bass and Johnny Calarco right after we got done recording 4 Days in the South, and there are stellar versions of JSK, Love Contractor, Your Face. I'm trying to think what else is on there. When Were the Good Old Days, a rockin' version of that. As well as there's an appearance that Nation Sack did on there with Malford, and we do a bunch of the tunes from the Nation Sack record live on the radio, and they are rocking. And then there's a couple left over from the original sessions with Malford and Johnny C. and Roscoe. So I'm compiling that stuff, so we'll release that at some point in the next couple of months. Can you dig it? Have I ever played The Ballad of Curtis Lowe? That's a great song. No, I'd never really have played that live. I played it along with the record back in the day. Yeah. Anyway, so it's question and answer time. Dylan, you're probably free to do what you want to do. I'm just going to answer some questions. Unless you have questions for Dylan, he is armed with a microphone, ladies and gentlemen. It's question time. Are you talking about the one he's holding? It's Tosa turquoise, yes, Tosa, Tosa turquoise, after Wauwatosa, Wisconsin. Bradford Beach Blue is named after a beach on Lake Michigan. Not too far away from this doggone house. Dre, did Malford teach you the rock scream? No, I learned that years ago. was kind of a funny story. I saw Deep Purple in the summer of 1984. They were on their tour to support Perfect Strangers. And it was kind of funny because I really liked that record when it came out. I was like, man, this sounds great. That perfect. Thought it sounded killer. So I got that record. I was a Deep Purple fan, but certainly not to the extent that I was a Zeppelin fan. But I had Machine Head and dug it. Anyway, I remember my buddy Keith Bruning said, hey, I got an extra ticket to go down to Alpine Valley to see Deep Purple. Do you want to go? And I was like, yeah, I'll go. What the hell? But at that point, I'm not going to say I was a blues snob because I never was that guy, but I definitely was into more of, bluesy oriented stuff, which Deep Purple fit into that category. So, but I was a little like, yeah, I'll go, whatever. So I go down to the show and I'll never forget it. There we are sitting there and I'm like, the lights go down and all of a sudden you just hear this deafening and it's getting louder and louder, and this laser in the back of the stage, and it's getting bigger and bigger, and the whole time you're and as it's getting bigger and bigger, all of a sudden, bang, nobody gonna take my, and then you see this giant star, and there's the Perp, and they're rocking. Next thing you know, by the end of the night, my shirt's off, I'm dripping with sweat, like, ah! And during, of course, at the end of A Strange Kind of Woman, where Ian goes, ah! And then, of course, Sweet Child in Time, I'm hearing those screams, I'm like, oh my God. And right around the same time when I was in college, there was a DJ, there was a lot of communications majors up at that school that I went to. And there was a guy, I can't remember what his name was, but he was a DJ at a station in town here. And he would do this scream where he would go, scream on! And he would do that scream. I thought, I need to learn how to do that scream. So I made myself learn it. So that I did. That's where the scream came from. Kind of a long story to get you to the scream, but it was not Malford that taught me how to do that savory or unsavory scream. Can you dig it? Mm-hmm. The Purple. And then I went and saw them again the next year after the House of Blue Light record came out. And they were still great. Of course, Ian was he was a little raspy that second time. I'll never forget. He came out in this grungy t-shirt and like some kind of, I don't know, like gym pants or something. And he's screaming, he'd be like, wah! And he'd get a little grabby, he'd just spit. I was like, what a savage beast. And then he'd go to the side of the stage during the instrumental passages, and this hand would just appear with a green Heineken bottle. And he'd throw it and go back, and then his hair back like this, and playing the bongos or the congas. No, the congas are never turned up, and he's just beating them. Yeah, a rock pirate. That's all there is to it. Mark Knight asked, do you have your arrangement ideas when you go in to record, or do they come to you in the studio? It's a little bit of both, to be honest with you. Sometimes we have a tune that we've been playing live, and it's ready to go. Other times we will have gone through the tune a few times and experimented with it, and then we'll go into the studio, and it might completely become something different once we get in there. So there's that. Hey, Drade. What the hell's that from? Paul says, hey, Drade, Keith B was a great drummer. Of course, we had a band. We had our band all through high school with Keith Bruning. We never really recorded, though. We recorded just like in his basement and stuff, but we never did a full-on band recording. At one point, we did a thing with Kevin Mushel. I was trying to get him to do this band thing, but Kevin was always involved with this other thing. I'm like, come on, Kevin, we need to do our thing. He's like, well, I'm playing with these other guys. I'm like, yeah, screw those guys. Let's go. And he finally did later on, but at one point it was going to be me, Keith Bruning, and Kevin. Did you know if the Reverend bass roll-off will survive a pickup swap? Yeah, I would imagine it would. It won't work with these pickups, but I would imagine other pickups it would work with it. Can you dig it? The Chronicles of Trade. Storyteller of the Orange Drum. Yes, that is me, Sam. Yes. You had a solid state Yamaha amp? I did. I had a G100 212 amp, and it sounded good. I'm going to tell you that right now. It sounded good. What is he doing these days? I saw Keith not long ago. He lives over in this area. We go for our walks, and I see him every now and again. I don't know what he's doing. I don't think he's doing anything musically. Dinner today is what? That is a good question. I don't know what we're having for dinner tonight. Oh no, we're having tacos. I take that back. It's Taco Friday, unlike Taco Tuesday. Thanks for the past year, Greg. You were a musical babysitter. Really helped. Oh, well, thank you very much, Rick. Thanks for tuning in, or Rich. Thank you. Thank you very much. Sweet story of the Scream. It's a true story. Yeah, I had that G100 212 all through. I used that. I got it late in high school. I used it in college, and then I got a Music Man G100. No, Music Man RD112 and it had a JBL E120 in it, and that with my 335 was a pretty awesome combination. And then I had a SG for a while with that. And then I bought a Strat Plus. I always had a Telly in the mix as well. I had a Telly. It was a 52 reissue, but it had like 50s lap steel pickups in it along with the bridge pickup. It had two Fender 50s lap steel pickups and a bridge pickup, and I had a 5-way toggle switch. It was quite a cool guitar. I had a hip shot B-bender on that one, as I recall, as it all comes back to me. But I had a Strat Plus that was Fiesta Red with a maple neck at that particular point in time. And then after that, I bought a Super Reverb. I had a 68 Super Reverb with two E110s in it, and then two regular Alnico Fender speakers of a sort. It weighed a ton, but it sounded glorious. And then I bought that Jim Kelly amp. And then I bought Bassmans, and it just goes on and on. So other Super Reverbs, more and more Super Reverbs, Vibroluxes, yada, yada, yada. Favorite oddball guitar brand? That's an interesting one. Well, you know what? I've got that Asher guitar. Of course, that's not really an oddball brand. I've got that Asher Rambler Resonator electric guitar. That's cool. Yeah, the Koch amp I'm loving. Man, this thing, ooh, doggy. It rocks with the intensity of 1,000 Suns. Oh, shucks, about that time for me to hit it. How many corn ton pounds have I lost? I'm down about 25 pounds. Believe it or not. Down about 25, ladies and gentlemen. I've got about 10 more to go. I'm going to do about 10 more. That's where I want to be. We'll see what happens. Food is hard. Am I right? Food is hard. Dear. Thank you. I appreciate that. All right, folks. Well, listen. Thanks so much for tuning in. Have a pleasant weekend. I'm off this weekend. Really, we have no live streams for the weekend, which I'm kind of looking forward to. Just having some time off. So we will see you back on Monday. I'll actually be out in Boston on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So I'll be doing my live streams from Fishman Central, going out there to do some video footage for the new P90s. And so that'll be fun. So I'll see you from out there. Might have some other fun that we're going to do with a music friend out there in Boston. So stay tuned at our usual times, but I'll be in an unusual place. So there you have it. All right, folks, have a good one. Have a pleasant remainder of your day, and we'll see you on the flippity.